Hi there and welcome to another video. This time it's the daily races from this week, and we've got Daily Race B, which is Group 3, and we've got a short clip from Daily Race C, which is the SuperFormula, which is worth waiting to watch at the end because it's just the penalty that I receive is quite phenomenal. It needs to be seen to be believed. But yeah, just like to say at the start, massive thanks to everybody who's subscribed over the past week. It's been a crazy 7 days. We started off this time last week, we had 250 odd subscribers. As it stands just now, we have almost 550 subscribers, all off the back of a video featuring our good friend Momo's and the just ridiculous behaviour that he displayed. If you've not checked out that video, then I suggest you do. It's currently amazingly received. I think it's heading towards it's about 9,000 odd views so far. It's just insane the amount of views it's picked up considering how many subscribers I've got. So a huge thanks to everybody who's watched it so far and have subscribed off the back of it, and hopefully you enjoy the channel. You can see from this race, it was in the Group 3 cars, and we've got the Dutchman there, Flow Riding. He has a little bit of an issue going through the chicane, and you can see, looking back, he just gets the power down a little bit too quickly, and that's what you can do in these Supras. The back end is so difficult to control if you just let it get away from you just even a little bit. So we're up to P2 right away, which, to be honest with you, was a bit of a false position for me. I had not a bad qualifying time. Managed to grind that out, but race pace, I was really quite off it, to be honest with you. You know, starting at near the front, it was really just a case of can I basically hang on and possibly grab a top 3 position. I mean, these races, to be honest with you, for me have been DRSR killers this week, and it's just been really difficult to maintain. But you know, as we live stream every Tuesday and Thursday night, we're putting ourselves out there and just hoping for the best, really, and trying to get some decent results and decent drives. But yeah, you'll see from this video, we're now under pressure from the Spaniard to sends it up the inside. It was a really good move, to be honest with you. I left the door open a little bit, and he just he took it. But that was just sort of typical of the way I was racing at this point. Every time I came down to this chicane, I had my heart in my mouth to see whether or not I would actually be able to keep the car on the track, and it kind of made me feel a bit better that a lot of people were having the same issues, so I didn't feel too bad. But yeah, I just couldn't get to grips with it. I was never comfortable at all this week. Anytime I came to that chicane, I was coming down the hill, had a feeling of dread as I approached it, and it was really just a case of, can we hang on? You can see the Spaniard, he's getting away, because this last sector as well was not particularly a particularly good one for me. But the Spaniard, he gets away. He's kind of, I think at this point he's out my slipstream. I just lose the back end a little bit there, and all of a sudden we are back down to P3, and we've also got a really quick German behind us, putting us under a lot of pressure. He was door number 1, so he had, maybe not the best qualifying time, but he certainly had better race pace, that's for certain. So there we are, lap 3. It's only a 4-lap race, so I was quite thankful for that, because having to do this chicane in that last sector any more than 4 times, it was just torturous, to be honest with you. You can see here the German, he's going to try and hang it round the outside. We've got the inside line, which is really important because it just helps you rotate the car. But a really good move from the German there, sticking it on the outside, and you can see the Brit behind him. He's trying to force his way through, use the slipstream of the German, but he backs out because going too wide through the chicane is almost certain death for somebody. So sensibly backing out, but we're now under real pressure for him, and you can see he's going to try and send it up the inside. We're going to brake nice, and well, at the braking point he misses the braking point, goes a little bit wide, and we get a nice little cut back on him there. Some good racing, nice and clean, and we managed to hold on to P4 as we came into the last sector again. I was not enjoying that last sector. You can see here, if we ride on with the chase cam with the Brit behind us, you'll see as we come round the corner. Just, you know, how much we struggled, and we don't get away from him. So we'll ride on with him in the last lap, because this last lap really just sums up this whole week of racing. Group 3 Daily Race B for me. So I'll go wide here, miss the turn-in point slightly, but you can recover because it's such a fast sweeping corner. So we do that, and then you've got to take each of these curbs. If you get them slightly wrong though, it can send you out wide, and we managed to hold on to the position here, but we're under real pressure, so we keep it defensive, and he's going to try what the German did and go around the outside, but he goes a little bit wider than the German, and we were kind of prepared for it a bit better. So we go, and to be honest with you, I was a little bit, I didn't feel it at the time, but you know, the way the car drifts wide there, it did connect a little bit, so apologies to the Brit for that one. And we managed to keep the car on the curb, so we avoid any track cutting penalties, but we do lose a bit of momentum there. It wasn't the best chicane, and we managed to hold a nice defensive line though as we head into the final sector. The Brit just going for the cutback on us, but we managed to keep in front, and over this last two curbs I just lose all my pace here, and I realise I'm going to have to go really defensive here now on this final turn. And as you can see, we managed to hold it nice and tight, but we get onto the curb and we just lose the back end a little bit. But just as we felt like we were actually catching the slide, unfortunately the Brit just nudges us and just kills us basically. As you can see, it's demoralising as we go all the way back down the field, finishing behind the Dutchman who we watched bin it in lap 1. The Brit actually got a 3-second penalty for his trouble, so it's kind of harsh all round. Both of us really could have had a nice easy finish, but it wasn't to work out like that. Quick shout out to Darren Turner for the livery on the car. It featured my name on the back of it, which was very nice to see. But yeah, jumping quickly on now into race C, which was the SuperFormula cars. Now these cars were an absolute nightmare when it came to SR, because they're so twitchy. The braking zones are so heavy that the slightest contact was, it was just heart in your mouth stuff. It really was one of these ones, if you didn't start in the first couple of positions, you just break away from the field. You were just taking your DR and SR life in your hands. As you can see, we get away, and we're live streaming this, and you can see me in the camera in the right hand side. So you'll see some of my reactions to some of the incidents we're about to witness, and some, you know, like I said, this penalty that we are about to discuss has to be seen to believed, and I'm just shaking my head thinking about it now coming up. But I'm showing the first lap here because the guy in front here, our Turkish friend, he accused me of killing him on lap 1, and we're going to have a look at what he means by that. I mean, I'm not really sure how that warrants somebody accusing me of killing them, but that was what he felt I did. So I just wanted to put that out there. Do you think I killed him? I mean, I really didn't. However, the way it worked out is we're heading into the last chicane, the Casio Triangle, on the last lap, and our Turkish friend is behind us. Now, it's a race to the finish for P8, P9. See from the radar, there's like no contact whatsoever as far as I can see. But yeah, that's a 1-second penalty for colliding with another car. And you can see my reaction in the camera. I'm bemused. The chat was bemused. We were all absolutely, you know, just baffled by it all. I mean, that is one of the most, if not the most insane 1-second penalty I have ever been the victim of. And it was so bad that I had to go back and analyse it, and we'll see here. We're coming down to the Casio Triangle. You can see this is the Turkish driver behind us. Somebody tell me where I've collided with another car, because I'm the guy in front. Remember, granted I was a little bit deep into the braking zone, but I made sure I kept it on track. I didn't cut any corners, didn't go off the track. I mean, if he has touched me, it's the most minimal of touches, but how that's my fault that there's been any sort of a touch. I mean, you can see there, I mean, I mean, if he's brushed across the back of me, he has, but how that penalty can then be given to me, and it's the fact that it cost me a position. It cost me a position to the guy who accused me of killing him. He actually said in the lobby afterwards that that was karma for killing him in the first lap, so I don't know. Maybe you can have a comment, let me know what you think, but yeah, an absolutely insane 1 second penalty. But that wraps up the video, just a short one there. Just quickly say it again, just want to say thanks everybody, thanks so much for subscribing. If you haven't already done so, please consider doing it. We're doing really well. We're live streaming every Tuesday and Thursday night now, around about 7:30, 8 PM UK time. So if you want to join in, that would be great to see you all. If not, then have a great week, and I'll see you on the next video.